Hola amigos y amigas, you are now with Jocelyn, and I think it is so beautiful that you press play on this video, that you were suggested this video, that you stumbled upon this video, because it tells me that you are on a spiritual journey. It tells me that you are invested in your conscious awareness, and it tells me that you genuinely want to know and understand what the overall energy for the week to come is. And that is the intention that I always set, that I have for these weekly energy readings that I drop every Sunday here on my channel, is for us to just understand what the overall energy is for the week to come and how we can best navigate it as our higher selves, as the best possible version of ourselves, and just kind of gain clarity of how to navigate this week, how to journey through this week. So if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for investing in my channel and for being here. And thank you to those of you who aren't a subscriber and are giving this upcoming new YouTuber a chance. If you do not want to miss any of my weekly videos, any of these energy readings, any of my journal prompts, any of my other videos that have to do with self-development and spirituality and books and so much more, then make sure to subscribe. And if you enjoy this video, click the thumbs up button and help your girl spread this message. I always pray that those who are meant to receive this message for this upcoming week, or really at any time, align with this video. So if you align with this video, then this message may very much so be for you. So let's go ahead and get into this. Last week we had a full moon in Capricorn, and by the way, this is an unedited video and I do have the window open. My neighbor is watering and hydrating the plants that we have outside, so you might hear the hose. I do have some binaural beats playing in the background that are for healing feminine energy. So just a disclaimer about the noises in the background. I know you can hear me clearly. And also I have this beautiful white flame, white candle that I love watching in my videos because it is always so lively. There's literally no air hitting this flame, and yet it dances throughout the reading. So anyways, this card, the overall energy for the week to come, I already pulled it. It flew out while I was resetting my decks and cleansing them, and I just, continue to shuffle the cards, and when I continued to shuffle them again to pull for this reading, it popped out again. So it definitely is a message for us this week. And so the overall energy for the week to come, this coming week, is the drum. To dream and journey, a dream state, dreaminess, connecting to our dreams, acknowledging our dreams, and the journey that comes with the pursuit of our dreams is very much so the highlight of this week to come. And I didn't finish my thought that I was mentioning earlier about, last week we had the full moon in Capricorn. And last week's energy reading was so beautiful. I know that it's a bit long, but I highly recommend that you check it out because it really had so many powerful messages. It was like one of the best channels that I've done. So highly recommend you check that out. But I'm just eager to know what the energy for this coming week is. I feel like for myself personally, the full moon in Capricorn was pretty emotional. It definitely highlighted relationships, a lot of reflecting on past relationships, and really acknowledging the shifts of this newfound self that is emerging. And so you may also have felt that energy. So this week, it looks like we are being encouraged to really tap into our dreams. First of all, if you are someone who does dream at night and you wake up in the morning and you kind of remember them, I highly recommend that you get into the habit of writing them down. Have a notebook and a pen ready to go for when you wake up. Have it next to your bed, have it on your nightstand, so that even right when you open your eyes or you're just waking up, you are ready to go to write down your dreams, what they look like, what they consisted of, how they made you feel. And even if you're writing like with your eyes closed, like just write it down so you don't forget it, because there are going to be messages for you there. I want to read to you what the booklet says about this card, because it explains it so beautifully. So the message is to journey inwards and uncover insights and information that will be important for your path. Then follow the guidance. When I think of a drum, I think of a heartbeat. The drum is a very universal tool in a lot of cultures and a lot of spiritual ancestral practices. It not only signifies the heartbeat, but it also is a very sacred instrument that can guide you towards altered states of being. So it very much so can ascend you into a dreamlike state. And I feel like that's why this card of the drum is directly correlated to the dream and to the journey to the dream. In shamanic traditions, in all four corners of the world, the drum is recognized as the main tool used by medicine men and women to direct their will and aid meditation. So you know, if you're someone who listens to meditations, you may notice that in a lot of the meditative songs and beats, there are shamanic drums in the beats. A drum beat can become hypnotic and send those listening into an altered state that can allow them to journey to the spiritual realms and meet their guides. So there's a lot of guidance going on right now. Ever since the Great Conjunction that took place at the end of December, I've mentioned this before, but a lot of veils were lifted. It is easier for us to access higher vibrations at this time. So I feel like that's why a lot of people are awakening. A lot of people are meeting themselves in a newfound spiritual way. A lot of people are feeling called to explore spirituality, to really get to know what their faith and their beliefs are about life and death and etc. So it's all for a reason. You know, we're all really experiencing a collective and individual awakening. And this week is a significant week for that. So pay attention to the signs, pay attention to your guides, hold space for them, call them in, welcome them into your day, and be on the lookout for any signs. Be on the lookout to receive messages from your guides this coming week. When the drum card appears in a reading, there are opportunities for you to dream or to bring an inner vision into reality. So the fact that we just had a full moon, which signifies cycles to completion, things coming full circle, things coming to an end, with the intention for us to fully step into a new journey, into new cycles. I feel like as we continue to invest in this release work, we are creating space for these new visions, these dreams that we are going to be finding ourselves, or already find ourselves, feeling more and more passionate about bringing to life. You are very connected to the other worlds at this time. The wisdom and intelligence of the earth and her magic surrounds you. The drum, which echoes the sound of Mother Earth's heartbeat, has cleared the cobwebs and dust from your inner vision. What you have seen in your dreams and inner vision is not imagination, but guidance. I'm going to say that again because that is an affirmation. What you have seen in your dreams and inner vision is not imagination, but guidance. I feel like a lot of times we discredit our ideas, we discredit our visions, we discredit our dreams because we look at them as just like, oh, you know, it's just a thought, it's just my imagination, like it's not necessarily like a sign for me to follow, or it's not necessarily something that I should be pursuing, it's just, you know, a thought. But no, like, especially this week and really this year, those visions that are so clear in your mind, and as you continue to even just become curious about the possibility that they are signifying a reality that is meant for you, it's going to become clearer and clearer, and you're going to call in more details and more details. Those are, it's guidance. They are guiding you. You know, believe in them, believe in your visions, believe in your dreams. Particularly if it has been coming to you repeatedly and has a potential to become reality, dreams come true, know it and live it. So if there's a vision that you've had in your mind, if there's a dream that you've had in your mind and it continues to come up, it continues to call to you, pay attention this week. Pay attention to that. Should any obstacles arise this week, should any obstacles or challenges arise this week, what energy should we align with? Should any obstacles or challenges arise this week, what energy do you recommend that we align with? I'm excited to see, so interesting. I'm excited to see how this reading continues to unfold. So we got solitude. When it comes to challenges arising this week, when it comes to obstacles that arise this week, gift yourself a moment of solitude. If you've been watching these weekly readings for a while, you'll also notice that the theme of solitude and stillness continues to come up over and over again in different reflections. And again, we have a full moon here. I mean, it could also be a partial full moon because the clouds are covering it. But solitude is the way. For those of you that are still coming to terms with solitude, for those of you that are still uncomfortable with solitude, for those of you who fear gifting yourself that, I think that fear in itself is something to become curious about. Why is it that you fear solitude? What is it that you may be running away from? What is it that you deep down know you need to confront, but may be avoiding? A lot of the times it is in solitude where we are able to come to clarity and come to answers and really have the space to confront things that we need to confront. So should any challenges or obstacles arise this week, turn to solitude. And if solitude is something that you're not used to, I encourage you to give it a try this week and lean into the discomfort. There is growth available to you there. And really quickly, since we're already on the topic of solitude, I've been thinking about solitude a lot. I recently have felt, myself really being on higher vibrations. I feel myself really awakened, really being in an awakened state, very in tune. Obviously, still have my moments, still human. As I mentioned earlier, this full moon in Capricorn did make me emotional, did have me reflecting on past relationships. But they're not consuming me, like thoughts and external energies and, habits and quote unquote failures and mistakes, the past, visions of the future, I'm not being consumed by them. What I'm getting at is I really attribute this high vibrational state that I'm in to solitude. It honestly is solitude. All the solitude that I have spent, I would say almost almost a year of like majority being in solitude. And recently I've been, as the world is opening up, I've slowly kind of tested the waters of like being around people and hanging out with like, friends and acquaintances, and I find myself honestly not relating to others the way that I used to. And so there's a sense of grief with that, it's a realization that you truly have transformed into another version of you. And sometimes it is when we are around other people or certain people where we learn certain things about ourselves. And that's just a realization that I've had about solitude that can be bittersweet, but also it's just proof. It is a testimony that solitude really does grant you the opportunity to really be in tune with yourself and to really ascend into higher vibrations. Because when you are in solitude, there's really no external energies that can be influencing you or impacting you. It's like really all you. Like you really have the opportunity and space to cleanse your aura, to cleanse your field, to practice energetic hygiene, to cleanse and to detox as much as you need to. And I needed to do a lot of that after certain experiences that I had last year. So I say that all to say, I very much so encourage solitude as someone who has spent a lot of time there. What should we focus on healing this week? 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 Wow. Okay. Interesting. I'm looking into the booklet because I have not gotten this card before. And I'm so curious as to why it came up. So we got reunion of souls as something that will be healing, or we should focus on healing this week. And I find it interesting that it comes after the card encouraging solitude, is the reunion of souls. But as we reflect back on the drum card, where we are being encouraged to really tune into our dreams, into our inner visions, I feel like our dreams and our visions themselves have souls that we are reuniting with. You know, there is, I feel like, a reunion of souls between two people with two different souls, or with kindred spirits or kindred souls. But there's also a reunion of souls when it comes to you returning back home to yourself, when it comes to you evolving not only into your higher self, but deeper into your most authentic self. It's like a returnal to self. And I feel like that is also a reflection of a reunion of souls, is like you reuniting with yourself in many different ways. Let's see what the booklet says. There is a school of thought that says before our souls come to earth, we make contracts or agreements with other souls. At one point in time, we appear in each other's lives to assist those involved in learning a lesson, being a catalyst for needed change, or to share profound joy. When a person comes into your life to teach you a lesson, no matter the human form, no matter the human experience, this agreement is based on love. Based in love. The human experience may have been painful and extremely challenging. Acknowledge the depth of love needed for this contract to take place, and then let them go. The experience may have been profoundly moving, but ended abruptly and without reason. Again, be grateful and move on. Cherish the lessons and move forward into your life the way it was meant to be. Alternatively, this card signifies a profound soulmate relationship, whether it be between lovers, friends, or parents and children. Cherish the gift given. So we are being guided towards a reunion with a significant someone in our life. And as you heard me read from the booklet, you may have already had someone pop up on your mind. And if you did, then that is exactly who this card is referring to. If someone didn't immediately pop into your mind, reflect on a relationship in your life, was probably recent, that may have ended abruptly, that may have ended without proper closure. I mean, when do we really have proper closure? But just kind of had like a sudden, like unexplained, like even you can't necessarily put a finger on it, or maybe you can, but at this point, now that you've continued to evolve and grow, it's kind of like you see it in a different light, and you know that this other human contributed an important lesson. They were a teacher in your life, and if you don't see that yet, I encourage you to reflect on how this other person did reflect a teacher in your life. What did they teach you? What lessons did they come with? What did you learn from your exchange in relationship? And how did they serve as a catalyst? How did they serve as a opportunity in a way? Whoa, I just got deja vu. To inspire change, much needed change in your life. So this person may be coming up this week, whether it's physically or mentally or even spiritually. Again, pay attention to your dreams. But that's something to look out for this week. As you know, my readings aren't all based on love or relationship. They're sincerely here to guide us and align us towards our higher selves. But it looks like love, a reflection of love between two people, is coming up this week. So, something to look out for, something that is very healing, as it did come up as something that we should heal. So if it's in your heart to reach out to someone, if it's in your heart to move on, if it's in your heart to provide yourself closure, if it's in your heart to forgive, then do that. What should we focus on surrendering this week? What should we focus on surrendering this week? What should we focus on surrendering this week? I'm going to pull out two of them. What should we focus on surrendering this week? What should we focus on surrendering? Okay. Oh my gosh. The figure in this card looks like low-key Enrique Iglesias. That's so funny. So we got surrender, defensiveness. Defensiveness is a sign of weakness. To communicate in a more empowered way, stay centered and hear someone out. Then offer a clear, non-defensive response. So I feel like that could directly correlate to this significant person that may be popping up this week. Whatever it is that comes up, whatever it is that they express, don't resort back to an old version of yourself where you react, you become defensive, you get triggered, and you immediately act on that triggeredness. Again, should any challenges or obstacles arise, turn to solitude. Give yourself some space, some time. You don't need to reply right away. You don't need to take action right away. And if the other person doesn't understand that, explain. Let them know, hey, thank you for telling me this. Thank you for confronting this. I appreciate you expressing how you feel. I want to make sure that I respond mindfully and not from a triggered state. I want to make sure that I don't resort back to an old self. I want to make sure that I'm not just being defensive right now. So I'm gonna need some time. I will get back to you when I'm ready. You know, like really just embody the wisdom that you have in you. And also surrender the drama. So again, I feel like this could tie back to this Reunion of Souls card. No drama, okay? We're not about that. We are on a path towards ascension and our higher selves and a centered self and a grounded self and a peaceful self, okay? I have a feeling that you watching this, you have done a lot of self-work. You've been doing a lot of self-work. You're doing a lot of healing. Don't accept drama in your life, okay? You've done way too much work, way too much healing to be allowing that. So no matter how emotionally charged the situation, remain calm. Don't contribute to the drama. Staying centered will help resolve the issue more quickly. And a lot of the times it is when we are in solitude where we can best practice groundedness and centeredness. So no defensiveness, no drama. Take a deep breath and know that there is a teacher, there is a lesson in everything. What is our affirmation for this week? What is our affirmation for this week? What is our affirmation for this week? What is our affirmation for this coming week? What is our affirmation for this week? I'm going to pull two of them. What is our affirmation for this coming week? Or maybe just one. No. Okay. So we got, I am in the process of positive change. I am unfolding in fulfilling ways. Only good can come to me. I now express health, happiness, prosperity, and peace of mind. So you are in the process of positive change. Remind yourself that. All the changes that are occurring in your life right now, all the transformation, all the pivots, all the newness, all the letting go, it's all leading you towards positive change and a positive life and this beautiful dreamlike state of being where you are really living your dreams. You are manifesting your dreams. You are centered, you are grounded, and all is well in your world. Everything is working out for my highest good. Out of this situation, only good will come. I am safe. Whenever you feel triggered, whenever you feel some kind of way, remind yourself that you are safe. Remind yourself that everything is working out for your highest good. Life isn't happening to you, it is happening for you, and all is well. So it looks like there is going to be a significant someone popping up this week. It looks like it is very important for us to turn to solitude when we need to. It's very important for us to not resort back to old ways, not to resort back to old versions of ourselves, and really embody this higher version of ourselves this week where we are not quick to react. We are acknowledging when we're triggered and holding safe space for ourselves. And we're not feeding into any drama, okay? We're not about that anymore. And truly, it is a very guided time in our lives right now where we are being assisted by our universe, angels, ancestors, spirit guides. Trust the inner visions that continue to come up for you, especially if you've got all these details, especially if it's clear as day. It's not just a thought or just a piece of imagination to discard. It is a sign. It is guidance. It is guiding you towards positive changes, towards your dream life, towards the abundance that you're praying for. So have faith. Navigate this week with faith, with this conscious awareness of these messages that we've received. And as always, I'm going to leave timestamps in the description below to make this video easier for you to navigate throughout the week. I do encourage you to revisit this in the middle of the week, towards the end of the week, to see how you continue to relate and awaken to these messages, to this reading. As always, I'm so grateful that you're here. Thank you for receiving this message. I'm so honored to channel and relay these messages. Again, if you're not a subscriber already, make sure to click subscribe. If you enjoyed this reading, give it a thumbs up. Let me know how it made you feel, how you resonated with it in the comments below. I love cultivating and creating community in the comments. I will be seeing you in my next video. Bye, y'all.